Grace. So I'm Ellen.
I'm Grace.
And I'm Isabella.
And we are your hosts of the Studio 204 pod. We're making this podcast just to talk to you about our final year, how we found our journey at Studio 204, and give you a little inside scoop on what to expect.
Yeah. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about Brand Me, and what that project held, what we did on the project, and our kind of experiences with it. And yeah.
So
Let's get into the video.
So the Brand Me was about us finding our market level, where we want to go in the industry, what we want to do, and then
Brand Me, it was just about figuring out who we are as a brand, who our own brands are, what we like, what we don't like.
Individuals.
Yeah. Basically, the aim behind Brand Me is we figure out who we are, we find our own market level where we sit at comfortably. Then we take one brand, which is our specialist subject, research the specialist subject and find our gap in the market, which brings us to our big idea, fixing the gap. That is a lot of what you have seen on our Instagrams and the YouTube as well, and TikTok, is us fixing our gap for our brands that we've looked at.
So for my Brand Me project, I remember I started looking at my own interests and kind of where I wanted to see myself going in the future. So I started looking at didn't Tracy say look at your favourite colour, your favourite flower, and then your favourite building?
Yeah, and why you think that. And
and it kind of represented us in a way,
yeah.
and we had to kind of reflect on that. So I think I went for yellow represented me, because all of my friends say that
you are
I represent yellow. But when I came to Tracy and showing her yellow, she was like, no, you're not. No, but she was like, you're red. And I was like, am I? And she was like, yeah, because you're quite a fierce person, you're quite brave, and yellow doesn't really represent brave.
Yeah.
But that kind of switched something in my head. But then that all led to the branding colours. So when we went into the last bit of the Brand Me, when we were making the logos, I went for a red, because that's kind of what is striking for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I started looking at what interested me. Do you think?
Yeah.
And yeah, I looked at where I wanted to be. So I looked at New York and how I love all the culture there, the people, what they wear, their dress codes and everything. And then that took me to my market level of doing streetwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what brands did you look into?
Oh my gosh, I looked into so many. I looked into, because I was doing the luxury streetwear market. So I was doing Acne Studios. God, I actually can't remember, guys.
What was the last two that you did?
The last
Public
two.
school.
Yeah, so it all led me, all of my brands eventually led me to looking into public school and A Million d'Or. And then that's what I based my whole project around.
So for mine, I started with looking at different stylists and things, because styling's what I want to go into. And then looking at the styling from different brands. So I knew I loved the styling from the Attico, which is a Milan brand. So I looked into that. And then I also looked into Adidas as well, which is the complete other side, the more street side of it. So then that's when I found my market level of luxury street style. I wanted to bring the luxury glamour side of the Attico and that street side from Adidas and put them together. So then I did that for my final shoot and things with the styling.
So I actually started mine. I asked people how they view me instead of how I view myself.
Oh yeah.
So I asked my family and friends can you give me words to go off of what words represent me? And oh my gosh, they were coming out with stubborn, and then I was going off of that, and then how yeah, my whole family's influence on me and what they meant to me, my mum, my dad's, like my brothers. And then it kind of took me to like my own values and brand values and like what I would then value in a company that I would work for and what I wouldn't. And yeah.
It's like we were saying, looking into like our own values and like what we align with. I've related a lot more with Jacquemus, so looked into them. But then I struggled a lot when moving in with Jacquemus because I sort of lost a lot of connection with it. Thought it was a lot more for me than what it actually was. And then it was too late to change my mind. But that's when I collabed Jacquemus with Zara, and it ends up working quite well. I think I found myself a lot more in component 3 and like really found a place where I can sit at and like was confident in what I was doing.
So I started looking into like my family and things who I surround myself with, because obviously they're all part of like the person that you are today. So I looked into like my mum, because me and my mum are so close, and she basically like brought me up as like a single mum, so it was just always like me and my mum.
Shout out, mum.
And yeah, shout
Big
out
up,
Kate. And so yeah, and then that like kind of took me to look into like femininity in like brands, like looking at like strong women like my mum. And yeah, so then I wanted my project to be very like feminine, very like strong women, like confidence. Like I wanted that to show through my project.
So component 1 we went through was all about us like finding ourselves, looking at our values and everything like that.
Yeah.
Component 2 we went into researching our specialist subjects
And the brand.
Yeah,
that
the
we
brands that we chose.
So that was like our... So if you don't know, and if you're new to watching this little podcast, and if you don't know much about the course, then we are fully coursework. So we don't do anything dissertation-like. So this component 2 of Brand Me was basically our dissertation and doing research into our 2 specialist subjects and the 2 brands that we've chosen to do kind of like collaboration with, isn't it?
Yeah, that's when we had all of our research.
It was a lot.
Critical and analytical reflection killed me off. I hated that.
Yeah,
critical
it was so...
You can't say
reflection.
that. We're trying to promote the course. You can't go, I hated that.
Can't ya?
It's preference.
It's what you...
It's personal
Some
preference.
people, like for me, I'm like more like the like production side of it. Like I love like planning for the shoot, or like the shoot and things. It's the research for me that like is...
That was the hardest part for me, was the research.
But some of the people are like different. They love the research side of it.
Yeah,
but...
like Andrew loved it. Loved the research, he said.
But I think that's where Tracy will say like you're either a marketer or you're comms.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the research side or like doing anything really heavily wordy, you're definitely a more comms person than you are a marketer.
Yeah, definitely.
But I quite enjoyed it. But I think because whenever I've had a conversation with Tracy, she's been like, you fall in the middle. Like I can never work it out with you on what you fall under.
I think one of the reasons why I didn't enjoy it as much was because I weren't connecting with the brands that I ended up choosing.
We had to then... Component 3, we then, after we'd done all our research and things, we went on to do our location shoots then, which was up to us to plan style, creative direction,
Sourcing the
location, models, photographers.
Yeah.
It was...
See, I like that. I feel like yous would really like that bit as well.
I really
that
enjoyed
was my favourite
part. Definitely. So this is component 3, our final component of Brand Me. So Isabella, what did you do?
So my concept was perfect world for a girl. So it was like a world that was untouched by any like political or social judgment, and girls can just like dress however they want without any fear of being judged. So I went to London to do mine for my test shoot. I went by Primrose Hill, you know, where all the colourful houses are.
Oh, God.
So where like Paddington is being filmed there and like a few others. So we went down there But yeah, it was that good. And my model wanted to kill me because I had to walk around in like these mad outfits. She had to get changed in like the Joe and the Juice toilet, and it was like
No.
a little box. She had to open the suitcase in the toilet and everything.
Oh.
It was a nightmare. But yeah, it ends up being dead good. And then I did me final location shoot in Milan because me and my model, who was my best mate, we was going to Milan anyway. So I was like, why not? Let's just do my
Let's just do
location
it
shoot
there.
there. So we did it in Milan, and the amount of people who were like driving past staring at us, getting
Really?
beeped, yeah, because she had like this big like pink thing on, like it was mad. But yeah, and then some woman actually stopped us as well outside like a hairdresser. She came out, was like, can I take a picture of me, of Hardy?
Oh.
It was, but yeah, it was that good.
That's
So
I
yeah,
know.
cute.
Tell us about your styling.
I wanted to
Pink.
go, yeah, I wanted to go like very bold with it, like pink, bright colours, just be bold. Yeah. My collab was like the Attico and Adidas, so I had like that glamour side. So she had like heels on, like I had a pink, like big flowy.
Big, long, pink,
She looked like
fluffy
Glinda
tree.
from
Yeah,
Wicked.
it was like
Yeah.
that Glinda
In
one
the
that
popular
she
scene.
has.
Yeah, she had, and then like leggings on, like with these like knicker shorts over. I did a lot of layering, just to elevate the look as well.
Yeah, no, it did look
But
cool.
yeah,
You still have to look on the Instagram to see them pictures.
Yeah.
Drop your art.
Yeah. At in
We'll
bio.
leave it here.
Yeah, we'll leave it on the screen.
Yeah, on screen right now.
right here. So, obviously talking about like where Brand Me Component 1 and 2 brought me to, and me looking at A Million Door and public school. I started looking into like New York culture, and kind of like I went very political with mine. And I'm not very much like a political person, but I think like doing the research into them and seeing where they like originated from and their creators and owners of the brands, really like it took me down that avenue, and I didn't think it was going to take me that way.
I feel like
Yeah.
with a lot of stuff now, yeah, because I ended up falling into a little bit of political.
I
You
did.
just do it on accident.
But I think it's rooted in everything, isn't it?
is.
It is. And I tried to come away from that. I was like to Tracy, I do not want to include that.
like
But she's
Yeah.
like, you're going to have to. It's part of everything. Like
Yeah.
it's a big thing in fashion as well.
Yeah.
I started looking at like what New York is like right now. I looked into like the mayor of New York and how he kind of wants to build like a better community, and he's doing really amazing stuff for New York at the minute. So when I was collaborating these two brands together, public school has only really like come onto the scene literally in like February again. Like they had a massive hiatus. And so it was kind of like, how do you promote them through using A Million Door? So they're very much like streetwear, luxury streetwear, and public school is as well, but I think they were more of like the stronger brand for me to use. So yeah, I took that and I ran with that. So my gap in the market was to basically increase public schools' lack of social media presence, because their Instagram was literally blank. And being a fashion brand, you need to have a social media presence, otherwise you're not going to succeed as well as you think you will without it. So yeah, it was kind of just pushing that collaboration together. I got a friend of a friend in to model for me. I got a model that I used in a past project in Brand X, which was in first year. And we shot in Manchester in like a big warehouse, and then we also shot on a basketball court. And
That was really cool.
it was
Yeah.
cool. It was so fun as well, because I wanted to make like a big campaign video. So I messaged some basketballers from Mum Met Uni. And
Really?
about 6 of them came down and like
Shut up.
yeah, because I mean at the end of the day they were getting a free basketball game, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I paid for the hour, and they just came and played in the background, and we took videos
Oh my
of
god.
them.
I can't wait to see
Yeah.
that
That's
video.
good.
I need to get on with it, to be honest.
I know. Well, that'll be on the YouTube as well.
It will be on the
soon,
Yeah.
YouTube.
so
You'll see it
can
very
that.
soon. But yeah, no, it was really cool. And then obviously I had like a photographer, a videographer. My styling was just basically bringing them two brands together and looking at like the different colour theories behind them, and yeah,
Mhm.
I was really happy with it.
Yeah, no, it did. It looked boss.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
So I did a collab with Jacquemus and Zara. My gap in the market was that Jacquemus has inconsistent marketing strategies. He designs for an older audience, but he markets to a younger audience with his social media presence, his AI and influencer endorsements, stuff like that. So there's a big loss of like custom, would you say?
Mm-hmm.
There's a big loss of custom when it comes to all his young followers seeing us coming across the social media, going onto the website, and they can't invest in anything past a bag because all of the clothes are unwearable. So I decided to collab Jacquemus with Zara. Jacquemus x Zara is offering high street fashion with a luxury title at an affordable price targeted towards Gen Z.
Mm.
So he's getting all of his Gen Z audience, and Jacquemus' social media coverage of the collab is bringing a new audience to Zara as well. So my concept for Jacquemus x Zara was like an endless summer. Ended up taking me 4 friends to Formby Beach, and we was getting all the looks in the world. There was all sorts of people there. Everyone was like asking us like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just doing whatever." Lost it again. Everyone was asking us what we were doing. Oh, I've got so many funny stories about the shoots though. And final shoot, we ended up going. One of my models had a doctor's appointment in the morning. She didn't get out until 3:00. So we didn't get to the actual beach until 3:00. Got to the beach, bear in mind, Sunday morning. I'm throwing everyone the clothes. Ella had no pants. We had to run to the charity shop round the corner. We had Ella in like 3 different charity shops trying on loads of different pants, and because she's so tall, they were all coming up her leg. Half of them didn't fit round her waist, and she was like, "Can't I have these grey chinos?" I was like, "No, you can't." Like the white pants, the styling was for white pants, so we had to get her these like white jean flowy pants things. I don't know what they was, but they ended up working out all right anyway. So we didn't end up actually starting the shoot until 4:00. I still needed to make them run out into the water and like run into the water. So I think it got to about 6, half 6. The tide was so far out.
What was the weather like?
It was freezing. It was so windy.
No.
It was grey clouds. Literally, it was the worst weather you can expect for an endless summer. It was just not given an endless summer vibe whatsoever. So I ended up having to make them go back the next week just to get them to run into the water. So we ended up just going to Crosby Beach instead. Made them run into the water, and we got it. So it worked out all right. Got a couple of good pictures.
Yeah.
And a funny behind the scenes, which you can see on my Instagram as well.
The pictures were good though.
They were good.
looked
I
like
know.
cool.
I think our social media team is living proof of nothing ever goes to plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that can go wrong will.
Yeah.
And has.
But that's the reality of it, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
It's all the behind the scenes that like
I know.
you don't see.
Yeah.
We easy fixed them.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got them back up and running.
Not just plain sailing all the time.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
So my gap in the market, I came away from the 2 brands that I was looking into and looked more into like what's going on in the world today. So obviously, like we said before, like fashion is affected a lot by politics. Like when we went to Copenhagen Fashion Week, like they had talks on and things, and they was
yeah, that was
like,
very political.
yeah,
wasn't
it was, and that like kind of opened my eye a bit to see like how political like fashion can be. So, and because I'm not really like a political person, like I don't really like look into stuff like that. I was researching into it, and it just wasn't like I wasn't clicking into it, like I wasn't interested into it enough. So when I spoke to Tracy, she said, "Well, why don't you, for your gap, look into like creating a world that is not affected by any like political or social impacts?" So I looked into like creating this utopia world, like a perfect world where people can like just exist without any political problems or and just live how they want. And I looked into as well, because like mental health is like such a big thing today. Politics does like affect people's mental health, so I looked into like creating this space where people can be happy and it doesn't negatively affect their mental health, and they can just live freely. And yeah, that's why I created this perfect world for a girl.
This utopian world.
Yeah,
Love it.
and where like people prioritise happiness, mental health, and where people are like just accepted to be themselves, which would be a perfect world.
It feels very Isabella.
It does.
Overall, what would you rate Brand Me out of 10?
To be honest, I did actually like it. Like we all found like ourselves,
We did. We all found our space.
Yeah, and have an idea of like where we want to go into in the industry and things.
Yeah. I think for me, I would probably give it like an 8.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't my like favourite project I've done, but it wasn't the like my least favourite at all. I still did enjoy it because there were so many elements that I did like, but I don't know if it was like, see, I'm not a stylist. So I really did not get on with the styling part. And I think that's what brought down my rating just ever so slightly. But otherwise, I would have been fine. If I just said, like, you should have done my styling.
I know. Yeah. I think the good thing about it as well, it was about us.
Yeah.
We had like freedom to do whatever we wanted.
I'd probably give it an 8 because we did have like so much freedom to choose like whatever brands we wanted.
Yeah.
That kind of like made it harder, I think, because we didn't have a specific like brief. It was up to us to choose our own brief, and that was quite hard to like get started with it. But once we got going with it, we was fine then.
Yeah, I was also giving it an 8. There was a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah, there was a lot of tears.
A lot of tears, yeah. But we did come out the other end.
Yeah,
we done
did.
well.
We did.
Yeah, happy with what we done.
Yeah.
I think we did all overall enjoy it.
Yeah.
But we're obviously not, we've all got individual like favourite projects, haven't we? You're not going to get on with every single one.
Well, exactly what you'd expect though. It's you're not always going to have it's not supposed to be easy.
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
It's meant to be challenging.
It is. But we were definitely challenged.
We were.
Yeah.
We
for
were
the
challenged.
better.
Yeah, it was definitely for the better.
Yeah.
So that was our Brand Me journeys.
Yeah.
The ups, the downs, the behind the scenes, and the missing pants.
So thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching if you're watching as well. We have an episode coming next week about marketing me. So keep an eye out for that. It'll be coming soon. And make sure you follow us on all of our social media. They'll all be on the page, in the bio, TikTok, Instagram,
Substack.
Yeah.
Get
We're
on
on Substack as well.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
See you next
Bye.
week. Bye.
Bye.